It's time now for some real education. In the Kunsthistorisches Museum in Vienna, one of the most prized exhibits is the Cellini Salt Cellar, or the Celliera, which is Italian for salt cellar, created by the 16th century artist Benvenuto Cellini. The piece is partly enameled gold table sculpture completed in 1543 for Francis I of France from models that had been prepared many years earlier for Cardinal Ippolito d'Este. The salt cellar is the only remaining work in gold that can be reliably attributed to Cellini. In Cellini's own description, the sea was represented by a male figure reclining beside a ship for holding the salt. The earth he, quote, fashioned like a woman, end quote, and placed a temple near her to serve as a receptacle for pepper. The salt cellar is made of ivory, rolled gold, and vitreous enamel.
So that's a lot of information. Let's take a look at the actual picture. This, believe it or not, is a salt service. This incredibly elaborate, intricately beautiful gold and ivory carving from Benvenuto Cellini. Now, Cellini is one of the great Renaissance artists. He's up there with Michelangelo and Leonardo, only he's not one that we spend a lot of time talking about. This gives you a chance to see the only surviving artwork from him in the medium of gold, right? He was a sculptor, he was an architect, all sorts of really interesting things he did in the later part of the Renaissance period. But this salt cellar literally is designed to hold pepper and salt so that you could use it on your table. To talk about the opulence of the court of Francis I, right? What's going on here? And this is one of the most absolutely valuable pieces in the entire German museum that we're talking about here. And so it's a big deal. And if you notice the molding, the man is the sea. You can tell because he holds the trident, or the three-pronged fork, which is kind of neat for a dinner table service, right? You've got Poseidon holding not one of the great big tridents, but a fork, something that you would use to eat the food. He is the receptacle for salt, for the ocean, get it? Salt water. And she, of course, being Gaia, she's not Gaia, but she's an image of fertility. She's an image of motherhood. She's an image of the great mother nature. She is a vessel reclining to receive pepper. And there's a whole lot of pointed phallic symbolatry going on there, right? With the way they're posed and the way her legs are fashioned and what exactly is being recorded here. So it's very interesting when you think about it. And this also, it's one of the most valuable pieces in the museum. Also, it's a kind of a detective story. On May 11th, 2003, this salt cellar was the one thing that was stolen from the museum, which was covered by scaffolding at that time due to reconstruction. So the rebuilding projects at the university, at the museum, and they had a bunch of scaffolding there. And that was one of the employees of the museum actually found a way to take it out. The thief set off the alarms, but those were ignored as false because of the construction, and the theft remained undiscovered. The museum offered a reward of $1 million, the equivalent of 1 million pounds, for its recovery. It was valued at about 20 million. The salt cellar was finally recovered on 21 January 2006. 3 years it was missing. It had been buried in a lead box in a forest near the town in Zwettl, Austria, about 90 kilometers north of Vienna. The thief, Robert Mang, turned himself in after police surveillance photos of the suspect were subsequently recognized by acquaintance. He was recognized that way. He had been writing notes back and forth, asking for certain things, making sort of demands, and he got sloppy at one point, and they were able to trace him. The sculpture is insured for an estimated now 60 million, approximately 68.3 million in CPI-adjusted 2012 United States dollars by Unica Insurance Corp, an Austrian insurance company. So it's now insured for 60 million big ones. This final work, one great lost work of Benvenuto Cellini, who left us nothing else in gold sculpture.